So here we go, day one in the Philippines. Yep, this is the Philippines. But probably not the side you've seen in the guidebooks. Metro Manila is often a first stop for travellers. And even though it does have some palm trees, it's a world away from the paradise beaches of the islands. But it is a city that holds many secrets. Hello guys, Ryan here and welcome back to the One Shot Adventures channel. Today we are in Manila, the capital of the Philippines, and a place that a lot of people will tell you to skip out on because it's just a big busy city. So I'm here with some first impressions of the city and 8 reasons why you need to visit. This is fun. The skyline is an eclectic blend of modern skyscrapers and colonial charm. So we should probably start with some history. First up is exploring the Spanish Old Town. Walking into the walled city of Intramuros feels like you've stepped back into the 1500s. The Spanish district is a world away from the rest of Manila, taking you inside the very heart of the Spanish Empire in the Philippines. And to this day, it's lined with countless colonial buildings and many beautiful churches left behind from the Spanish occupation. This is like being in a completely different city. It's surreal. A highlight for me was walking inside Casa Manila, which is actually a museum inside, but you can wander around the stunning courtyards and feel like you're in Spain or Latin America. Guarding the city from invaders was Fort Santiago. It's now a popular tourist attraction in the Old Town, but it was used as a brutal prison throughout its history. The highlight of our visit here was walking along the top of the city walls, where you can get some amazing views over the Pasig River. And from this vantage point, the Spanish rulers kept an eye on the growing migrant population across the river. Most major cities in the world have a Chinatown, but Manila has the unique bragging rights of having the oldest Chinatown in the world. Binondo first became home to Catholic Chinese settlers in the 1500s. And since then, it's ballooned into one of the busiest and most vibrant districts in Manila. Boasting its own grand churches and architecture. And of course, a brilliant food scene, where you can try even the strangest of Chinese delicacies. Obviously, when you're in Chinatown, you have to try some Chinese food. So we're in a cafe now. I've got an iced jasmine tea, shrimp dumplings, and we've got some chicken feet. Yeah. Just give it a go. There it is. Oh. Very bony. The flavour's really nice. It's like slightly spicy. It's good, but the texture, because obviously there's a lot of cartilage. Don't know what I expected. After that, we needed a bit of fresh air, and there's not many better places to come than this. Close to the Spanish Old Town is Rizal Park, which is a pretty lively place. The park is named after Jose Rizal, a hero of the Philippines independence movement. And this is a beautiful green retreat away from the busy streets. There are lots of statues, sculptures and works of art, alongside some grand museums and a giant fountain in the middle of it all. But what makes this place so special is the people. The park is a very popular meeting place, and we were greeted by so many friendly local kids here. Our first taste of the famous Filipino hospitality that we'd heard so much about. Famous. Next though, we needed to head across town, so we went looking for a ride. When in Manila, you have to take the local transport. The most famous way of getting yourself around the Philippines is by these colourful trucks known as jeepneys, which are essentially like buses, but a bit more fun. Another way to get from place to place is by tricycle. We actually ended up using a lot of these on the islands as well. And speeding between the traffic in Manila is a real thrill ride. This is fun. We headed over to Bay City in Pasay to explore a huge Filipino obsession: shopping malls. Manila has a strong mall game, but there is none as epic as the Mall of Asia. This place is insanely big. The mall covers 6 million square feet, making it one of the biggest malls in the world. And the slick modern building covers far more than just shopping. You have food vendors, cinemas, an ice rink, and even a laser tag arena. And outside is a busy fun fair overlooking the bay. There are lots of rides and food vendors out here, and it ended up being a really great spot for watching the sunset with views of the Manila skyline in the distance. And just down the bay, we went in search of a very cool eating experience. Next on my list is to try seafood at a Dampa Restaurant. Now, a Dampa Restaurant is where you have a seafood market, you go and buy your fish or your shellfish, then you take it over to someone who will then prepare it in a meal for you. So on the right-hand side here, you've got the actual fish market, and over on the left is just a line of restaurants that will cook the fish for you. We were a little overwhelmed when we first walked into the busy market, but luckily, a friendly local stepped in and showed us how it all works. We took our fish over to a restaurant who weighed it and gave us back an order number. So we have ordered half a kilo of shrimp, and then we've also got a lapu-lapu fish, which is the Filipino name for a group of fish. Let's go into the first taste.
So much shrimp.
Got it cooked in a chili sauce and it smells really good. What do you think?
Tasty. Messy, but tasty.
Okay, let's try some lapu-lapu. And it's been deep fried with the sweet and sour sauce on top. Yeah, that's good. From market to plate, took about 20 minutes. Doesn't get much better than that. Now, we've seen all of the many historic sides of Metro Manila, but this is a city that also looks to the future. And there's no better place to see this side than the Bonifacio Global City, known locally as the BGC. Welcome to Makati, which is the business and financial district of Manila. And again, it's just a very, very different vibe from anywhere else we've been. In fact, it feels like you've turned a corner and ended up in Singapore. There's lots of luxury shopping, coffee shops, and of course, massive skyscrapers. A cool way to explore the slick modern streets is to follow the trail of artwork hidden between the buildings. Street art has started to decorate the walls over the last few years, which adds a nice artistic flair to the surroundings. And the pieces range from small to extremely big, covering entire sides of buildings. This one here is Stranger Things themed. Awesome. And after you've hunted down all of the best artwork, there are some great places to grab a pint of craft beer and watch the world go by. Manila probably isn't what you first expect from a Philippines trip, but it is a city that has so many sides. So in my opinion, it would be an absolute crime to skip out on seeing this incredible city. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and there'll be some more Philippines videos coming very soon. I'll see you then.